Always remember, if the fire grows too big, you have to be safe and you exit the building through the emergency exit. Alright. Welcome everybody. Today we want to talk about fire safety for buildings and offices. Remember, they say fire is a good servant but a bad master. So we will cover the basics of fire safety for buildings. But mostly we will look at two aspects of fire safety. The first one is in an emergency situation, and the second one is when there's a containable fire that we can contain. So basically there are two types of firefighting equipment. There's the passive firefighting equipment and there's the active firefighting equipment. For today we will cover the passive firefighting equipment that include the fire extinguishers and the portable fire appliances. Okay, good. So we will start with the portable fire appliances. What we have here, you can call it a fire point, where you collect all the firefighting equipment. It's important that they're in one place, located next to the exit, so that in case of an emergency and the fire becomes unbearable, you are able to escape. So portable fire extinguishers are of different types for fighting different fire types. We have the carbon dioxide fire extinguisher. Ordinarily, all the fire extinguishers have a red cylinder, and the difference only is in the color coding. So when you see a black, you know that that's a carbon dioxide fire extinguisher, only suitable for fighting certain classes of fire, and that is class B fires, fires that involve burning oils and burning liquids. Water fire extinguishers, you normally have it's red. It's a red cylinder with no color coding. It remains red with a white marking. This is only available to fight, of course, class A fires. That is general fires of papers, combustible material like cardboards and all that. What you have here is a hosiery. So water is a good media to fight fire. So for every building it is required that you have a storage capacity of 10,000 liters that is able to fight fire. That 10,000 liters is dedicated to fire, to pump water into the fire hosiery for moving into the fireplaces. Remember, firefighting involves an acronym PASS, P-A-S-S. So we will just do a quick demo. Yeah. So in order to safely use the fire extinguisher, we said we use the acronym PASS. The first P is to pull the pin. So there's a safety pin that prevents the fire extinguisher from accidental pulling and pushing. So the first thing to do is you pull the pin in order to release, so that you're able to press. Okay? So once you release the pin and the first P is pressed, and then A is for? Aim at the fire. You aim at the bottom of the fire, and not just the flames. So once you aim at the bottom of the fire, the first S is you squeeze. So you squeeze as strongly as you can. The nozzle. And then the last S is? Sweep. So you have to sweep. That sweeping action to make sure that the fire extinguished in a fast and efficient way. Always remember, if the fire grows too big, you have to be safe and you exit the building through the emergency exit. Alright. It is important that we have a fire detection system installed. That would include smoke detectors, so that when that is detected, it's an automatic fire detection system that triggers the alarms, which will be this. So there's the audible alarms, and then there's the flashing lights like this, which is important for people who have hearing problem. So if you cannot hear the alarm, you will see this flashing lights and you know there's an emergency. In case of fire, this is a fire break point where you break the glass and press. Once you press, the alarm goes off and everybody in the building will be aware that there's an emergency, and they will exit through the emergency exits. Remember, the fire exits needs to be provided, a standard one which should be illuminated even in case of an emergency and there's no lighting. This is the pacifier detection, which is automatic. You don't have to press anything. Once it detects the smokes, and then it triggers off the alarm.